Alright, today I'm going to be talking about, my experiences of living in America, in Jamaica, um, and like what I think that people have like preconceived notions of who Black Americans are. And I know one recurring theme is, laziness. They think we're lazy, think we're lazy, and we think that that we're better than other people. That we think we're better than them, and so I'm not gonna say they right or wrong. Everybody has a reason for what they believe, but I know that's something that continues to come back, and even like when I talk to a female or something, and we just start talking or something, and she be like, I've heard a few times, yo, you're nothing like what I heard Jamaican Black Americans are, um, so I think those are like two of the biggest things, differences. Um, but it hasn't been a challenge. It hasn't been challenging. I've gotten nothing but I'm not gonna say nothing but I've gotten a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that appreciate me. You know, lifelong friends. I appreciate them. We work well together. We have plans together, paths together, experiences together, and I don't regret my decision. One bit. It's an amazing place. I'm over here looking at my notes to make sure that I don't forget, and I'll stay on topic. All right. Um, One of the topics that I think is how most people out here they work for themselves. You know, they like my closest friends. One is a taxi driver, and one is a chef. He owns his own restaurant. So they're self-sufficient. There's a lot of brothers that make a good living and can provide for their family driving taxis. Actually, it's one of the better fields that people go into where you could keep money in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Whether you own a taxi or you're leasing a taxi. The taxis out here too. I want to clarify one thing. Taxis out here, they run like bus lines, or kind of like Queens. How Queens in the Bronx got like a bus service that it just runs a route. So in America, most people think it's a taxi. It's just you, and you telling they come pick you up. They take you to where you want to go. They drop you off. But here it's more like they're driving the same route. For instance, there's a route from the grill that comes from the grill taxi stand, and it ends here in Savlamar. And so what they do is it's like a bus route. They come pick people up that stopped on the road, carrying them where they want to go. Next taxi comes, and there's always, it's frequent, like a taxi maybe every 10, 15 minutes. And that's just, how, people get around. If the public, let's say that's public transportation. If you have a private car, a lot of people do have, private cars and stuff. And that's what I want to talk about too, is some of the preconceptions that we have, as Black Americans about, Jamaican people. It's like I've never really grew up like hearing like disparaging things about people here in Jamaica. The biggest thing I remember was in Living Color. They had a ongoing thing. Jamaican family, they working, and the father worked 10 jobs. Doesn't come home. Come home, take off the hard hat, then put on another uniform to go to the next job, and things of that nature. And yeah, my brothers over here and sisters over here, they work hard. Um, you know, um, but my experience is that they're black people. My first really experience, like saying like in America, with like Jamaican friends, because majority of the time over there, especially in the hood, like black people might be the majority, and then got a couple cats that's some from Jamaica. I got a couple cats. You know what I mean? From day one, what I'm saying, we were Jamaican, but we didn't see them as Jamaican. We see them as black people. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we all have the same needs, wants, and desires. And that's for us to have a good life, luxury if we can. You know what I mean? And we love our kids. We take care of our kids. So it's like I was saying, I was working in about 2004 for this label. I was producing for this label and doing engineering work for what is it? I think it was called Top Notch Records, but it was like the owner of it was my man Mickey, and he had a studio. He had a warehouse, basically. He had a warehouse, and part of it, his father was has a plumbing company, Hunt's Plumbing in Plainfield, New Jersey. Do excellent work. They're well known, well respected. And so what happened is my man K Banger, there was a rapper named K Banger. He played keyboards for me. He was the guy I was talking about. What I used to always have to pay the keyboardist to work on music, and I was able to learn keyboarding and all of that here in Jamaica to do it for myself. But he knew a guy that had a artist. Her name was Nikki Lee, and so he linked us together. He linked me and Mickey together. Mickey was the label owner, and Nikki Lee was the main feature artist. And so he needed like a professional touch to finish off the stuff, present it properly, and that's where I came in. So when I got there, so now it's like, okay, now I'm like in a black city, Plainfield, but I'm like now I'm the minority because I'm in the it's Jamaican community. Like he owns the business, the people that work for him are Jamaican, and artists, everybody within the door, secretary. So it was like, so I was, basically a minority. I didn't feel like a minority because, like I said, it's like I think people think that, and I'm sure like ignorant people, they probably say certain things, and I know over here is like sometimes like the bad experiences overwhelm the good experiences. Right? Like, people, like, I've had bad experiences, horrible experiences, but, overall, like, that'll probably be like 2% of the experience. Most of it is love. And it's like, or neutral. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing over there. It was like, I had never heard of nothing negative, but I'd heard, except that Jamaican people don't like Black Americans. But, growing up, like, we hear that all the time. White people don't like us, Italians don't like us. Nigerians don't like us, Guyanese don't like us, we not really black, you know what I'm saying, and all of this, and we don't got no culture, and, you know what I mean, but, and it's like with, the Nigerian, what's the name of that music, Afro Beats, what's the guy name, he had the ill song, I love the song, but he broke my heart when he was talking about black people don't have no culture. Burner, something like that. I forget his name because that really turned me off. He said black people don't have no culture, but he walking around looking like a Black American rapper. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? In Islam, culture means a way of life. So everybody has a culture. An ant has a culture. You know what I mean? Definitely the black man in America has a culture. But anyway. So I'm the minority working at the studio, and I got nothing but love. They treated me with respect. And it was just amazing because like I said, the only thing different between Black Americans and Jamaican Americans or Jamaican people in general is our culture. You know what I mean? Like our accent. Um, we don't have a island experience. You know what I mean? So it's like, a lot of people in America that were born in Jamaica, they carry that that integrity. You know what I'm saying? That national, like the only people that don't say, the only black people in America that call themselves black people, you know what I mean, is Black Americans, because Jamaican Americans, they call themselves Jamaican Americans. You know what I'm saying? But they identify with us. And a lot of people do, a lot of Jamaican people and Haitian people, they consider themselves black. Because once you've been over there and the police pull you over, they don't care if you're Jamaican, Haitian, Dominican, Trinidadian, you black. You a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's one thing, like over here, is like the cats that have left America and came back, you know what I mean? Like those the ones that, like we really bond with, because it's like we know how it is side of Jamaica. Like a lot of people that haven't traveled, they have a certain way of seeing things, and then once they come over there, it's completely different. But my brothers that have traveled abroad, lived abroad, some of them have been deported, but some of them, haven't. They just came back. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, I don't like it over there. And so, I have a lot of them, them brothers in my circle, But, getting back to the studio, over in Plainfield, working for Top Notch Records, with Mickey and Nikki Lee, with the culture, it was just beautiful because everybody worked together. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like no I didn't see competition. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mickey was the man. You know what I'm saying? He was the bank. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't treat anybody with disrespectfully. And the guys that worked, man Bunny, he would come through and cook food for everybody. You know what I mean? It was like same thing here. Like when I started working with Damien Rich, we would come. They fed me. You know what I'm saying? His family owns a patty shop too. You know what I mean? They got the best patties in Jamaica to me. It's Dunbar River. You know what I'm saying? The patty shop. Best in Jamaica to me, my preference. And they have the veg patty is made out of chocho. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like Juicy Beefs. They make their patty out of callaloo. So I really don't like that. But the way Dunbar River Patty Shop season their veg patties, yeah, it's amazing. It tastes like a cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? It tastes like a cheeseburger. But that's how it was. Like they fed me, they took care of me. You know what I'm saying? It never was it's just completely different than like going to a studio in the States. You know what I mean? Like for American artists or something, it's like everybody fend for themselves. We here, I got to order my own food. You know what I'm saying? Pay for my own food. You know what I mean? But there was a brothership. You know what I mean? And the harder I work, the more they appreciate it. So I work hard. You know what I mean? I work. You know what I mean? Till the sun come up. You know what I mean? And it was nothing but love. You know what I'm saying? Like American artists, you bust their ass, and you know what I mean. It's like they act like you owed it to them. You were supposed to do that. But so that was an amazing experience for me, and just seeing the brotherhood.
P Funk City G.